Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Golgothan, and welcome back to another episode of KSP Career, Kerbal Space Program Career Mode, whatever. Exciting news! The Asteroid Redirection Mission update has been released. That is so exciting, and there's a lot of worry because today is April Fool's Day. I think you'll be. This is going to be released on the 2nd, but I'm recording on April 1st. But you can see at the bottom they have this time warp thing down here. You can time warp from this main screen. So that's already one thing changed. Let's go to the tracking center. See if we can see anything from here. If we zoom out, what's this? Space objects. None. Okay, so I see nothing. Oh, but those are new things. Space objects, unknown. Ooh. How I first noticed it was, oh, I didn't check for version number. Oh, I can time warp from here. Look how fast you can time warp. Wow, I wonder if I just need to time warp for a little bit and then something will come into the view or something. I don't know. But how I first found it out is I went to go move my mods out of my game data folder, and there was a new folder called NASA Redirect or something like that. And this this update was supposedly in works with NASA, or they worked with NASA for some of it. Now I am seeing nothing happen. But let's come out of time warp. Where are you? There you are. This is also new. Time warp up here. It's also new. So let's go back. Let's go to the research and development department, see if there's anything new there that we need to get. Facility is closed. Why is the facility closed? What? That's weird. Do I have all the parts? What? Why do I have all the parts? Wrench the command pod away and up from the malfunctioning rocket. Okay. Vent grabbing unit. But look at these new engines and stuff. New tanks. Kerbodyne. Half the capacity. Oh, let's look at how big that is. Oh my goodness. Let's compare that to an orange tank. That's an even bigger size than the orange tanks. Interesting. So, I mean, this is a... Oh, man. What's the thrust on this beast? Versus the mainsail. Where are you, mainsail? Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, that thrust is amazing. I believe they did that... Oh, what is this? Does this have fuel in it? Oh, it's a booster? Is that like a solid booster? Liquid fuel booster system. Allow for finer control of launches instead of relying solely on single-engine solid rocket boosters. Oh, interesting. 2,000 lift. Does it actually... It uses liquid fuel, but it's not a fuel tank. It's just an engine. Oh! It's got our flag on the side of it. That is awesome. This is fascinating. All these new parts. What is this thing? A new solid booster? Yep, that is a new solid booster. Super heavy booster. Solid fuel, yep. Wow. Monster. I can't wait to start playing with this stuff. Nothing on the second page. Nothing new here. No control things different. Structural. Oh, a big decoupler. Of course, need that. The adapters, of course. And that looks like that's it for new parts in there. Aerodynamic, nothing new there. Utility, they've got the new grabbing unit. That's for grabbing onto things, of course. You can grab onto pretty much anything. This escape launch system, which my guess is it's kind of like if you were to put a, like, so if I put this there, Yeah, it's like a solid booster. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's got like a multi-directional thrusters here. And so, like, if you get into trouble, you have an emergency system, or the abort system, and then this will pull with this solid booster, pull the pod away from the rest of the vessel. Supposedly, you would have the engines cut as well as part of your abort system. So that's pretty cool. And that looks like that's it for new parts there. Science? No new science parts. All right, so let's use some of these parts to build some science vehicles. Since we don't have asteroids in our reach right now, let's try to go for an interplanetary mission. Let's see if we can send some Kerbals back and forth to and from Duna. So we've got a lot more thrust at our at our disposal. There we go, that's the word. So let's see what we can do about getting something like this. Might be a little big. Oh, sweet, our flag's even on our pods. That's pretty awesome. And that, well, I kind of want to just test this out to see how much thrusted it really is. See if I can throw my flight computer on there. Wow, that's 4,000 delta V just with that guy. Now, one thing that kind of sucks is that they did not make bigger landing legs, because of course you're not supposed to land with this thing. But if I want to go to Duna, I want a big rocket like this. So, see, like these, if I start them deployed, not really all that helpful. I wish they had like a Poodle style engine for these big old tanks. But let's just launch this guy and see how much thrust it is and see how cool it looks. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I did not put any sort of safety measures on this thing. I should have put that abort sequence. You know what? I'm going to do that right now. Revert flight, vehicle assembly. I'm going to put that abort thing on there and some parachutes and see how it works. So I think that was under utility. So put this guy right on top. Boop. And then, oh yeah, see, it's its own little thing. And I think what I need to do is I need to do this. Put a decoupler, this guy, there, like that, there, and there's also like that, and we'll do parachutes. Like that. That work? That looks like it works. Alright. Now let's test this stuff out. I'm curious to see how this abort system works. Alright, the thrust is going to be intense. 3, 2, 1. Wow. I'm going to keep it under the proper speeds. That is such low thrust I need to do for just the one engine. Granted, it's small vehicle, but still, the fuel's holding out pretty well. Let's get it up there. Oh, we're above 2,000, so let's get it up to 200 meters per second. Look at that flame trail. That is awesome. I wonder if I can get this thing almost to orbit just with this. I don't think I've got that much delta V, but still, I've got a lot of delta V. Look at that, still going less than a third speed. It's still going too fast. Something like this could easily get off Duna, I think. Right, and gravity turn. Full throttle. Now let's see how much longer this engine will last. Yeah, that fuel's going down much faster at full throttle. Oh, look at that! We got effects because we're going so fast. Wow. I love these new engines. Look at that. It's insane. Look at that. Wow. We could get into orbit like that. Oh, we could absolutely get into orbit like that. See, if I time warp, we're actually going to get out of the atmosphere. And had I planned properly, had I realized how awesome these engines were, I probably could have put us in orbit with just this engine. That is nuts. I was reading online. It does seem that it's possible that this mod may break saves. Or not this mod, but this update may break saves, and that's why we are stuck in oops. That's why we are stuck in Sandbox mode and no longer career mode. The devs are looking at it right now. Back in the atmosphere. Well, let's see. Let's do it this way. Zoom out. Abort! 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 Nice. And then we will just time warp us down. Heat shielding. Take us down to pretty low. Pair of shoes. Alright, so I dig it. I dig the new design. I dig the new engines, that's for sure. There's one thing that I'm going to use, it's those new engines. The reason they do that is because I believe that clamping thing, or like, oh no, it's because to move an asteroid, which is the whole point of this update, it's going to require a ton of delta V. Huzzah. Not going to get any science from it, but might as well recover it. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because we're in Sandbox mode. So let's take advantage of this now. Let's see if we can't get some asteroids into our sphere of influence if I time warp a bunch. Let's go as fast as possible. Apparently what's supposed to happen, from what I understand, is things will essentially like spawn out in here, and then they will have a trajectory that enters the sphere of influence of Kerbin. I believe you're supposed to be able to find them in the tracking center, but I don't know how long it takes for them to get there. And maybe it's all part of an April Fool's Day prank where they give you everything but the asteroids, which would be lame. I have not read any specific things online that says anything about it not working that way. Everybody says everything's fine except for the whole problem of the research and development being closed and being in Sandbox mode. Oh, okay, I see. So from what I understand, from what I just read, is you can't get it in this save file. So let's go back and we'll start a new one with career mode. I will call it NASA Asteroids. The proper flag, career mode, start.
And this was always a possibility. You know, Kerbal Space Program is an early is an early access game. It's not full release. Okay, so here you can see now we have to start all of our science over. But let's go into the tracking center and see if we have any. There we go. Unidentified objects. Here. Where are you? Unknown, but it doesn't show up. 5 unknowns. We don't know where they are, though. Okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna have to start all over again. Brand new, fresh KSP career. Which is okay. We know we have learned things. We know how to do everything differently, so we can get all of our science that we need. We can get into orbit. That we know how to do. That we can do pretty easily. Don't have decouplers, which will make that heavy. But let's put 4 of those guys on there like that. I don't think we have decouplers, do we? No. There, like that. And science. Oh, we need a parachute. Parachutes on these guys too. Science, we will do Communitron. We don't need that actually. Alright, let's go get our crew reports. Launch. Get some launch pad science real quick. Crew report. Keep data. EVA. EVA report. Keep data. Board. Recover. Boom. A little bit of science. I'm actually excited about starting over. You know, we did a lot of stuff in our last career mode, but I feel like that now that I know how to play better, I feel like there's more I can do. There's more I can do faster with the new parts that I'm going to have. I know how to get all my science faster. Oops, don't want that to be like that. There. And there. Now I'll see how close to orbit I can get this. Sure wish I had decouplers to knock these guys off the sides. Flipping out of control, flipping out of control. Okay, there we go. Still going up. It's the important thing. There. Alright. Work on getting this thing out of the atmosphere. And into the water, probably. Time warp until out of fuel. There we go. So now, just time warp until we get back down into the ground. Or into the water is where we're gonna end up. Time warp faster. The Asteroid Redirection Mission is another one of those things that allows us to really have a legitimate mission in this game. Right now, the closest thing, like, we have to come up with our own missions in this game, get science for our own personal desired missions. Now there's a mission designed straight into the game that we can do, that we need to collect science so we can get the parts so the Earth, or so Kerbin doesn't get destroyed by asteroids. Point up. Parachutes. Should deploy. And hopefully ease us down. Oh yeah. Time warp till we get to the water. And we will do our reports. I'm actually going to tip us over in the water so that I can EVA out and get a surface sample. Granted, it's not a surface sample as much as it is a fluid sample, but that works, I think. I think that the tanks are too buoyant. Come on. I feel like I can rock it over. No, doesn't look like it. Looks like the buoyancy of the tanks is too much. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's crew report first. Keep data. EVA. Woo! Okay. Take surface sample. Humid sample. Hope the environment has been properly waterproofed. Keep data. EVA report. Keep the data. I'll see if I can climb up the engine here, basically. Come on. There we go. And right up through here. Oh yeah. Look at that. No. Okay. Grab. Board. Nice. Recover. Don't remember how much science it takes to get those first few parts, but let's see if we have enough. Done. Takes 5 science. Okay, we got that. Now we've got mystery goo, which we can take and get science. Different fuel tanks. Stack decoupler. Awesome. Here we have a radial decoupler. 18 science, we can get something. So let's go with the radial decoupler. There we go. Let's go back and do a little more science. Let's get ourselves into orbit, eh? So let's do this tank. And an engine. Stack decoupler. 2 of these tanks. And an engine. Bam. Structure. Radial decouplers here. 6 of them. And boosters. 6 of them. There we go. Alright. There. Okay. I think that looks good. Now we just gotta put our mystery goo on there. Science. Mystery goo. Put it right there. Put a decoupler here, so we can end up with just this top part. But let's go get some. Is there anything else I want to add on here? Kind of want to put more. If I do that and I put more parachutes on there. It's not weird, is it? Just want more parachutes. Let's get our Delta V numbers. Oh. Delta V's horrible. Oh, I see why. There. That's helpful. Still not enough to get into orbit, though. Oops. Well, I'll put a fuel tank, another one of these guys here. That's enough to get into orbit-ish. There. Yeah, as long as we get out of the atmosphere, we'll be fine. In fact, I don't necessarily want to get us into a stable orbit because that, I believe, would be different science. Maybe not. And... Of course, the solid boosters will do a heck of a job getting us up there. And the decouplers will make it nice and efficient. It's horribly inefficient right now, but that's okay. These boosters are getting us really up there. There we go. Straying a lot. Why are we straying so much? Why are we flopping like this? Something's wrong with the stability. Come on. And there. Okay. Never stopped going up. That's the important thing. Oh my goodness. How long have I been playing this game for? Okay. On the 90. Good enough. Let's get us into orbit. Let's get us out of the atmosphere. Man, that was crazy. I hate when that stuff happens. It's always... There's probably the decouplers, the force of the decouplers kind of throw it all off. Balance. Something. We're gonna really start going fast once I get rid of this stage. Can't wait till we get fuel lines. Look at that, there we go. Now we're gonna have full control of this guy. That out issue. Alright, so let's get that up to 60. That's over 60. Let's get it to 80, and then we'll call it quits there. 80. Time warp us out of the atmosphere, and then we will do our science. Well, let's try to get us into orbit as best as we can. But I don't want to get stuck in orbit. Time warp. So easy, so much easier to control in space. Spoke too soon. Ugh. Oh, we are in orbit. Holy cow, are we in orbit. Mystery goo. Keep data. Crew report. Keep the data. EVA. And space above Kerbin's water. That's a thing? Alright, let's deorbit, land, and collect our science. That's what I did wrong in the last rendition of this series, is I would always transmit the science. Transmitting the science is a young man's game, as it were. It's, transmitting your science will get you nothing. It gets you so much less science, and then you lose. You can't just keep transmitting the science. Obviously, they took that out because it was a cheap way to get all the science you'd ever need. Yeah, okay. But what they ended up doing is they made it so you had to, when you transmitted data, first of all, again, you would get only a certain percentage of the data, and then you would eliminate that much data from that area, I guess. And then you would just keep getting a certain percentage, eventually getting no more science. Use the surface to terrain altitude. Yay. Oops. Oh. That's our rocket hitting the ground, and there we are slowed to our easy fall. Come down, we'll collect our science and go research some more stuff. And then I think maybe we'll make... I'm gonna have to find a more efficient way of getting all that Kerbin science. So it's not really that much science around Kerbin. But it would be much better to get early on than late, like we did in the last save of our KSP career. Okay, 35. Or we got 33 science. What can we get? Let's see. So we've got survivability, got our landing legs. If we wanted to do interplanetary missions, Separatrons and the large boosters. Different engine there. Can't get any of this stuff. There's our probe core, which I do not think we're going to even bother with satellites, really. It's going to be mostly manned missions. Let's do general rocketry, I think. Research. Start working our way at getting these better tanks. We also need to get more science parts, because the more science parts we have, the more science we can do, the more science we can collect. So let's see if we can't take this thing to the moon now. That is not enough Delta V to get to the moon, that's for sure. But what if I do this? I guess they have the same fuel consumption. The same ISP, so I guess it's not gonna matter. I just want to do a moon flyby. If I put more fuel down here. Oops. $680. That's a lot of Delta V. I feel like that's going to be enough, because I don't think it takes into account the initial like throttling down or not using the engine right away. Like if I were to do this, that doesn't change anything. But I think that'll work. But I kind of want to do it like that, because I'm definitely not going to be using my engine at all until after these solid boosters are done. I wish I had struts, but I don't. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. until I have fuel lines. Alright, launch. See what we can do about taking this thing over to the moon for a little bit of moon science. These boosters are going to take us up pretty high. They might take us almost all the way to our gravity turn. Got a little bit of spin going. We're going in the wrong direction. Oh man, it did take us all the way to our gravity turn. So let's go this way. No, 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 no. Come on, back up, 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 up. There we go. Okay. Easy. Okay, we need some control stuff, that's for sure. Some SAS and whatnot. Now we're just gonna ride this guy out until our apoapsis gets up over where we need it to be. Again, we're not trying to land on the moon, we just want to do a flyby, get some flyby science. Okay, now we're moving up at a decent speed. Tilt us down a little bit. Point us straight prograde, basically. Try to get our apoapsis up and out of the atmosphere. 70-ish should be okay. And go a little over 70. I'm gonna go till this engine burns out. There we go. There. So now let's ride. How much Delta V do we have left? 3,000 Delta V. I believe that's plenty to fly by the moon. And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to do a moonshot. If you remember from previous videos, a moonshot is where you slingshot yourself around the moon and back to Kerbin using minimal Delta V. So let's go here, get ourselves in orbit. Can we see the moon anywhere around us? No, it must be on the other side of the planet. Whoa. Get some of that moon flyby science, hopefully. Okay, that's orbit. Oh, and the moon burn is like right here. Oh, nice. We can close it from right there. Okay, so let's get right up in there on the moon. There. Oh. Just like that. Should bring me right back in to Kerbin. You know what? I'll just get where I need to be on the moon. And then when I get to the moon, I can just adjust my orbit from there. Do it like that. Yeah, I like that. And we're right there, ready to burn in 15 seconds. It's going to be our successful moon flyby. 850 Delta V. We've got more than enough. With our 2151 remaining. Burn. Alright. Oh, what's this? Ooh! Ooh! Come on now! What the heck happened there? Don't know what those things are. Okay. I'm gonna call that okay. And then we'll just have to... Well, if I turn down here where the node should be now... Well, if I just do that... There. That's okay. The Delta V required to get back will be nothing. So, add alarm for sphere of influence change. Go. Farewell, Kerbin. Still more to go. There we are. There's the moon. Delete. Do a little time warping as we actually hit that sphere of influence. There we go. Delete that. Take that into... I want it to be arrow braking. 45. There we go. Alright. Look at that. Not bad of a burn. So, just before the burn, we will do all of our science. We're going to add an alarm for 30 let's do 1 minute. 1 minute. Add alarm. We're going to add another alarm for 30 seconds. So the idea will be that we will ride it out until we're almost there. We'll be 1 minute short of it. Woo. Doesn't look like they redid the moon or anything like that, but I know one of the things that they redid, that they did redo, was, so here, let's keep this data. EVA report, keep data, getting all sorts of science. And crew report, keep data. But they made it so that replace maneuver node. Close. Okay. But they made it so that, like, the vertical strut, like, things here, like this engine connecting to this tank, is stronger. If you remember in previous videos, I've definitely had problems of vessels, like, just crashing and burning because of stack separation like that. There. Alright. Now we make our return. Farewell, moon. Where's Kerbin? There's Kerbin. We're coming back to you, Kerbin. Now we're going to enter right into the atmosphere. Let's see how much the aero braking does. Put us down pretty low. Well, I guess I can do it all from here and watch the apoapsis. 10,000 kilometers. 5,000 kilometers. And we're starting to come back up now. The hope is that this will just be kind of slowly bring our orbit down. It's very efficient. But see, now we are coming back out of the atmosphere, and we're going to have to make one more pass to land. That tells me exactly that 40 is a pretty good number for aero braking. Alright, now we come back down into the atmosphere one more time, and this should put us on the ground. And we're going to get a bunch of science from this. Now our apoapsis should start plummeting quite a bit. This should be the landing orbit. But watch, it still only put us at like a far orbit. Look, we're going up again, and we're not even below 1,000,000 meters. I really thought 40 was going to be enough. But looks like we're going to have to do one more orbit. At least. So what I'm actually going to do is, once we hit closer to our apoapsis, I'm gonna burn retrograde just ever so slightly. Let this ride out. Okay, just past the apoapsis. It's the moon over there. Let's burn this way. There. Now we will most certainly land on this rotation. Come on into the atmosphere. We shall now plummet to the surface. Or looks like we're going to end up in the water again. Maybe not. Maybe we'll end up on the surface. On some actual ground. Here comes the serious aero braking. Watch the apoapsis fall. There we go. Look at us coming in like a missile. Oh, we are not going to make it to the ground. Or to the hard surface. Flip this around. There, and then 500 is where the parachute opens. Yeah, parachute opens. Alright. Let's ride this all the way down and recover our vessel. Get all of our science. Jebediah doing work, going to the moon. Going to the moon. Coming back safe. Let's recover. I can get a ton of science from this. $81 science. Not as much as I thought, but still good. Done. Now let's get a bunch of stuff from here. So I believe we need to do this to get science things, yes. So we are going to do this. Give me science. Well, there's the lab. But alright. Oh, wait. I think I can... Nope, I cannot afford to buy anything else. I believe this is going to be the next thing I buy, though, is this stuff over here. But we got these landing legs. and these little engines, so maybe we can start doing some Kerbal science. If you enjoyed this video, please click like down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see other videos like it. I am Golgothan. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.